going on, guys? Today's a little bit of a different setup. We're outdoors. Today we've done the bleep test outdoors as well. It is something you usually do indoors. We've had to use the grass. As you know, we're locked down, so we're limited to where we can go. So we've used the outdoors, and you can literally download the app on the App Store, on the iStore or the Android store. It's completely free. You've got a 15 metre one or a 20 metre one. Today we've done the 20 metre one. Okay, 2 cones, 20 metres apart. Best effort. Give it a go. Like the video, subscribe. I'll see you in a bit. Now, obviously when doing this, it's a 20 metre shuttle run from one point. The bleep goes, you come back. Now for this, obviously you need markers. Luckily, I got myself cones from equipment that I hold for my boot camps, and I brought the car with me which had all the kit in, but you can use anything, bottles of water, whatever. Just mark them 2 locations. Obviously a flat surface is ideal. I'm not going to be doing it in the middle of the road. I'm going to be doing it here. I'll find the flattest area I can. And if you guys haven't noticed, my content is a lot shorter nowadays, which I prefer because it's easier and it's straight to the point. And it probably makes sense at the moment whilst I'm doing challenges, because what else can I film? Anyway, we're going to do this. It is on grass. Take that into consideration and let's go. Into a bit of this video, obviously I don't really want you guys watching me for about 4.5 minutes running up and down a field. So we're about halfway in now and pretty easy. Now as it starts increasing, obviously the aerobic output starts taking its toll. Now when running, obviously you can run at a certain speed. Now they say the best type of running is where you can still speak. So that means that you're not going over your threshold. So this is obviously, your threshold is sort of your red zone. And your red zone is when you're not recovering. Your heart is beating more than it needs to. Now below that, obviously you're recovering, so your heart's beating, the blood's going around, it's circulating, and you're drawing in enough oxygen to recover and keep running. Now this is at around 60 to 80%. Once you start going up about 85, 90%, that's your red zone. So that's when it starts getting difficult. Now, you know, your red zone is something that you probably go into when you're doing interval training, short bursts, sprinting, high intensity movements for short periods of time. Now, when you're doing a 5K or a 10K, you know, the fittest will be running at a high intensity. Someone like myself will be running at 80, 85%, because you want to be recovering to be able to continue running at that same sort of speed. Now, for example, today, I've done a 5K today, and the time for that was around about 21 minutes. 21 minutes, yeah, nearly 22. So we're looking at a 7-minute mile there. Now, by doing this sort of training, you know, the bleep test, it can sort of see where you're at, and obviously based off of that you can see where you are in terms of fitness. It will give you a good overall level of fitness. A lot of military do it, police do it, people that serve in public services, NHS workers, just to basically make sure that they can do the basics when it comes to it. back again. I sort of figured out watching me just go up and down is going to kill you, so we're going to jump in with 2 sections, a bit more info on running and how, you know, it can help you. So certain things you're going to have to need for this is a decent pair of trainers, okay, decent pair of shorts, running top, all the basic essentials, yeah. And then to get yourself started with running, you want to be doing small distances. You don't want to be jumping straight into a 5k. So this is why something like the Bleeptest is a good thing to do to see where you're at. Okay, anyone can do it. Okay, the basics you're going to be able to do. So that's what I'd advise when doing the Bleeptest. And then from there, I would be doing maybe one mile here and there, checking your times, doing it 2 to 3 times a week, and then gradually increasing the time, the duration. So go from 1 mile to 1.5 miles, then ease yourself into 2 miles. And then what you want to do once you start getting into the more miles, start going in with interval training, and then start doing smaller distances but at a quicker pace to increase your cardiac output. Okay, and then that will improve your fitness. Cool, so this is when the tempo has increased, so you know we're not having so much rest in between each pit. So obviously now my heart's working harder, I'm working harder, my output's more, and I'm not getting as much time to recover. Now obviously with this, you can only do this for a certain duration of time. So for someone like myself who doesn't do lots and lots of running, I was finding this very difficult without the rest. Okay, so as you can see here, there's absolutely no rest. So eventually and inevitably you're going to see me, you know, slow down and burn out. Level 11, lap 1, distance 1,880 meters, time 10 minutes 32. I wasn't going to and through quick enough. Obviously, not making an excuse, but the surface, obviously, soft ground, better on the joints. Obviously, slows you down a little bit. We will do this again, but we'll find an indoor surface. But that is my score. I'll get it up on the camera. There we go. So download the app. The app is literally called the Bleeptest. Probably can't see it on here, but it looks just a little something like that. 20 meters in between the cones, and give it your best shot.